At the heart of every lead generation system, at the heart of every SaaS go-to-market strategy is a landing page. A landing page is when you're doing all these things across social and ads and SEO, and they end up on this landing page where they have to be convinced and then put in their email so that they become an actual lead or an opportunity or get into your funnel. Now, I have seen thousands of landing pages, having worked with over 100 founders, 250 now actually. Having built a lot of landing pages myself here at Unstoppable and my prior SaaS companies, I have seen landing pages convert as high as 80% when it's warm traffic and as high as 40% on cold traffic, meaning traffic coming from ads. But I've also seen landing pages that don't convert at all. Here's a big question. What makes for a high converting landing page? Because if your landing page is not converting, all the activities you're doing, all the ads you're running, everything else that you're doing will not matter. So in this episode, I'm gonna walk you through the 3 principles that you absolutely need to know on how to create high converting landing pages so that you can generate more leads and you can accelerate the growth of your SaaS business. Intro. What's up, everybody? Welcome to Unstoppable. I'm TK, and on this channel, I help SaaS founders like you grow your SaaS businesses faster with an unstoppable strategy. Now, if you are new to this channel, welcome. I drop an episode every single Sunday with actionable strategies and tactics from the trenches on how to grow your SaaS business faster. So be sure to hit that subscribe button and that bell icon. That way you'll get notified every single time I drop an episode with the TK energy. Now, if you're already part of this community, this fast-growing community, if you're part of my coaching programs, my people, it's so amazing to see you over here, seriously. I remember when I first started Unstoppable, this was a few years ago, I had to get back into the trenches because I was like, okay, founder-led sales and marketing, I practice what I preach. It had been years since I worked on a landing page from my ToutApp days. I didn't have to work on any landing pages at the Marketo days because they had 100 marketers. I was so confused. I was trying to use all these tools. I was trying to find the right template. I was trying to pick the colors. We're trying to figure out the layout. And then there was like the mobile version. I lost so much time working on those things and trying to tweak those things. And ultimately, I learned that none of that mattered. It didn't matter how pretty the landing page was. It didn't matter whether the colors were right. All that mattered was what was the messaging on that landing page. And once I learned that the hard way, I was like, oh, of course, like this is also true for everything else in go-to-market. Like the message matters more than the trappings and the window dressing and all that stuff. And so I learned the hard way that landing pages, to get them to convert, to have high converting landing pages, the messaging is what matters versus the form or the color or any of that stuff. And so in this episode, I'm gonna walk you through exactly the 3 principles you need to know so that you can up-level the messaging in your landing page and create high converting landing pages. So if you're excited to dig into principle number 1, go ahead and smash that like button for the YouTube algorithm. It really likes it when you do that. Let's get into principle number 1. So the first question you wanna ask yourself, this is principle number 1, and you wanna represent in your landing page is, who is this for? This is something that so many landing pages, people that are creating them, overlook. So if you go to any of my landing pages, it's like, hey, this is for SaaS founders. I'm very explicit and very specific about this is for SaaS founders. In certain landing pages, I get even more specific and say this is for SaaS founders who have already built a product but don't have revenues yet. In other landing pages for most of my programs, this is for SaaS founders who already have some revenues but want to accelerate their path to the next stage of growth. This is something that so often founders and marketers skip. They don't get specific enough in answering on the landing page, who is this for? And this is something that you just have to get yourself to do, because the more specific you are, the more it's likely that that landing page is gonna convert, because the person looking at it will be like, oh my God, this is totally for me. And then they're more likely to convert. If you're trying to be everything to everyone, then it won't convert as much. So suppose at Unstoppable, if I'm just like, this is for entrepreneurs. It's like, well, a bakery shop owner considers themselves an entrepreneur, so does a SaaS founder that's raising capital. So we decided to be super specific, and the more specific we got on our landing pages, the more they converted. And easily, we would get 10% bumps in conversion because we got more specific about exactly who this was for. So that's principle number 1, who is this for? You wanna answer that in your landing page right up front. The second principle is you have to answer, what do they get? Okay, and there's 2 layers to this. You need to very quickly get to saying, here's exactly what you get when you fill out the form. I always break it down into 2 parts. The first part is the thing that they're gonna get. This could be your 10-point checklist. This could be your manifesto. This could be a guide. This could be a video. This could be a recording of a webinar. You wanna be very specific about the thing that they're gonna get if they fill out the form. If you are not specific, you're like, hey, just give us your email. They're gonna be like, I don't even know why I'm leaving, right? The default is the back button or the close button or the swipe left or whatever it is, whatever mode that they're seeing it in. So you wanna be very explicit about, here's exactly what the thing is that you're gonna get. But along with that, that's not enough. You also need to highlight, what do they get by consuming the thing? What's the result that they're going to get? So for example, for my 5-point SaaS growth strategy guides, I'm very explicit, like, look, if you download this guide, I'm gonna give you the 5 points that you need to know to accelerate the growth of your SaaS business. And I'm gonna break it down and I'm gonna give you the videos and I'm gonna show you exactly why they work. That's very compelling and that's very different because now I'm being specific, they build on each other, who is this for? And I'm giving them exactly what they're gonna get and what the result is that they're gonna get if they actually look at it. A lot of times, founders, marketers, practitioners play the short game instead of the long game. They're like, let me just get their email. But if you actually spend a little bit more effort in answering these 2 questions up front, they're actually gonna convert more, but more importantly, they're actually gonna look at your lead magnet. They're actually gonna consume the content because they're like, no, I actually wanna go to my inbox, or I wanna click on the link to actually make sure I consume this content because I really want this result. This result is important to me and he just told me or she just told me this is specifically for me. So it's a little bit of a long game here because they will consume the content, they're more likely to move further down and deeper into your sales process and marketing process or your product-led process, whatever it may be. Now, before I go to principle number 3, let me just pause here for a second. Are you starting to see the power in this? I wanted to do this video because I personally have wasted so much time with templates and colors and layouts. They end up looking ugly anyway. They don't quite work. They don't convert. It was a complete waste of time. What I learned is if you answer these 3 questions in your landing page, that's all that matters. You could have the ugliest landing page ever. You could have the most beautiful one ever. It does not matter. What matters is you communicate these 3 points. You're starting to see the power in this. You're starting to see like, oh my God, this is why my landing pages suck and here's how I can make them amazing instantly. Can I just get a yes in the comments below? That way I know you're with me. Also, smash that like button for the YouTube algorithm. It just really likes it and so does my team. We put a lot of love into these videos. And we also just get to see like you're actually getting value. Also, if you're at the stage where you're building out landing pages, I have something special for you. This is unprecedented. I'll tell you about it at the end of this video and I'll also link to it below. Really, this is totally unprecedented. If you're an old-time viewer, you've never seen something like this. So I'm excited about it. All right, principle number 3 is, number 1 is, who is this for? Number 2 is, well, what do I get? What's the thing and what's the result? Number 3, this is important and so many people skip it. I skipped it and then when I started putting it in, immediately bumped up the conversion rate of my landing pages. Number 3 is, why should they trust you? You need to address this right up front. You almost have to approach it like, look, there's 1,000 people that may be giving you a 5-point SaaS growth strategy guide. There's 1,000 people that are promising you that, hey, you're gonna grow your SaaS business. But here's why you should trust me. Here's why I'm the best at this. And you actually have to articulate in your landing page for the lead magnet, for the information you're providing, whatever you're providing, you actually have to nip it in the bud and say, here's why you should trust me. Here's why we are the best in providing you this information. If you don't, they're gonna be like, well, this sounds great, but this looks like everything else that I've seen. But if you can actually differentiate yourself through your credibility and your experience or whatever you bring or your custom, like whatever it is that makes you different and credible in giving this lead magnet and the content you're about to give them, then your conversion rates will go up. When you do these 3 things, you are gonna have much higher conversion rates, 10x higher, because you've actually addressed the biggest objections in your viewer's mind. So to recap, number 1, and I have something special for you, so don't leave yet. Number 1, you wanna address who is this for? Number 2, what do they get? What's the thing and what's the result? That'll get them to consume the content because they care about the result. It'll also get them to convert higher. And then why should they trust you? Because if they're like, I want this is for me, but I don't, why is this different? Like, why should I actually trust this person? You wanna address that right up front. When you do these 3 things, you are going to have high converting landing pages. And now you know exactly how to do it. What you may not know is, how do I present this information, right? How do I present who this is for How do I present exactly what is it that they're gonna get? How do I show them the credibility that I have in providing this information? This is something that I personally struggled with, which is why we created the Instant Landing Page Generator. The Instant Landing Page Generator, you just go in. This is unlike anything else that's in the market. That's why I'm so excited about bringing it to you guys. I told you it was unprecedented. All you need to do in the Instant Landing Page Generator when you go to the page is you just answer these key questions that we wanna know from you on what exactly your lead magnet is. Is it a guide? Is it a checklist? Is it a video? And then you just answer those questions. It takes about a minute. And as you're answering them, we'll automatically create a beautiful and effective landing page for you. And then when you sign up, we'll host that landing page and you can start using that landing page right away for generating leads at a much higher conversion rate. If you want to create your own landing page using these principles, and you want to do it within a minute, and you want to start hosting that landing page and start generating more leads, just go to instantlanding.page. http://instantlanding.page. Super easy. I'm really excited about the domain too. And we'll also link to it below. And when you go there, you'll be able to just answer the questions. It'll automatically generate the landing page for you in a beautiful way that we've stress tested. You'll start hosting it, and then you can start using it to generate leads and accelerate the growth of your SaaS business. So to recap, to create high converting landing pages, number one, you wanna answer who this is for. Number two, what do they get? What's the thing and what's the result? And number three, why should they trust you? And if you wanna create landing pages that are high converting within seconds, just go to instantlanding.page, instantlanding.page, and you can create one right away, start hosting it right away, and then you can start generating leads right away at a higher conversion rate because these landing pages are 10 times more effective. If you got value from this video, go ahead and smash that like button for the YouTube algorithm. It really likes it when you do that. Also, if you haven't subscribed yet, I drop an episode every single Sunday with actionable strategies on how to grow your SaaS business faster. So be sure to hit the subscribe button and that bell icon, that way you'll get notified every single time I drop an episode. Also, if you have a fellow founder, fellow marketer, fellow practitioner that would get value from this video, please share this video with them. It would just mean the world to us. We put a lot of love into these. We want to help as many SaaS founders as possible in as many ways as possible so that we can all build incredible SaaS companies. And lastly, remember, everyone needs a strategy for their life and their business. When you are with us, yours is going to be unstoppable. I'm TK, and I'll see you in the next episode or inside your instant landing page. Just go to instantlanding.page. It's that simple. Take care, everybody.